Let me press record and stuff. Bro, Austin, the Austin Zulauf. What's up, bro?
Hey, man, just loving living. How are you doing?
Hey, man, I'm loving watching you living, bro.
Hey, that's not the first time that someone's told me that.
Yeah.
I had a photographer over here. We were doing a photo shoot from about 11:30 to 1:30 today, and it was so funny because he's got friends that are on my Facebook, but he's not on my Facebook, and he was like, "Man, I heard you went skydiving." I'm like, "Yeah, man," and he was like, "I heard you fainted." I'm like, "Yeah, man. Why you gotta bring up old stuff?"
Right. Get out of here, man. Like, don't bring up that. Get out of here, man.
Right.
Yo, I mean, it's like the Austin Zulauf show. It's like just live with Austin. I mean, people, they got love and hip hop. I just want love with Austin, bro. You know, I just want.
Hey, man, I'm just trying to grow up to be like Ryan. That's it. That's it.
Then good luck growing up, man, because I still get in trouble, man. I ain't growing up.
Man, me and you both.
So, yo, welcome to Seven Figure Friday, everybody. If you don't know me, my name is Ryan McMorris. We run a company called Intentional Lifestyle, showing network marketers how to live a lifestyle of their dreams. And every Friday, we bring you a seven-figure earner, somebody that's earned the comma award, the two comma award, right? Right. And this is a guy that if you don't know who he is, definitely make sure that you go out. It's like go outside. Like apparently you just haven't like turned on your phone. You haven't gone outside. You just haven't been living life if you don't know this man, Austin Zulauf. Amazing dude, amazing father, amazing beer grower, amazing network marketer, like amazing friend. I mean, just avid traveler, avid suit wear. Like right now you see him in a t-shirt, he's chilling, you know, whatever. Yo, this guy should be on GQ magazine. Like no homo, but like you should be on GQ, bro. Like it's just me. That's just my compliment of the day to Austin is get on GQ. Maybe I'll put a word in for you. I don't know. I know some people, you know. I network.
Nice. That'd be good, man. I'd appreciate it. That'd be a good look for me, GQ magazine.
It would, man. It would be. You know what? And really, honestly, we may want to start our own damn magazine, like just GQ Networker. You know, like
right.
You know, just the best looking guys in network marketing. You know, like what's happening in fashion with network marketing. You know, because it's our world. You know, we run it.
Networking fashion.
Yes. Yes, you know. And
sounds good, man. Let's do it.
We get ready to bring out the silver suit again.
Yeah, man, that'd be awesome. Be all chromy and everything.
Yeah. Woo.
Yeah.
Play tag Ray.
Eric Worre, man. I was just out in Vegas with Eric Worre a couple of weeks ago, man. That guy, his closet is heavy. I mean, seriously, his blazer game is just amazing. And then every once in a while, he'll pull out something that's shiny with the shininess, and you know, he just. Yeah, man. I mean, his pocket handkerchiefs. Woo. Whoa.
Get your game up, people. Y'all thought we were going to answer questions about network marketing today?
Pocket handkerchiefs and blazers. That's what this session's about.
Get your pocket game up, people. Get your pocket game up. So we ain't going to leave you disappointed. Obviously, we only have so much time for the show. So feel free to let us know that you're liking the show with emojis, shares, comments. If you got questions for us, let them ride today because we're going to keep it raw. We're going to keep it real. We're going to keep it fun. Hey, man, let me know, like, what you listen to in the car, man. I know that's one thing that everyone wants to know. Like, when you're driving, you know, you run this. We know that Austin Zulauf runs the streets of Kentucky. What you listening to, man? You like J. Cole? Is it, you know, Taylor Swift? Like, what's in the ride?
Yeah, man. So, I mean, if I'm listening to music, it's The Weeknd. I mean, The Weeknd all day. I love The Weeknd. Yeah, so if I'm actually listening to music, it's going to be The Weeknd. But I listen to –
though, educational-wise.
Yeah, well, if it's educational-wise, then I'm listening to, you know, something on Audible. Usually it's 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene, The Science of Getting Rich. That's a good one. So, I mean, I like to listen to a lot of old stuff too. I Dare You by William H. Danforth. Believe and Achieve by Samuel Seipert. I mean, just all that stuff is good.
Like cybernetics, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, Psycho-Cybernetics. You know, I just I listened to that. Actually, I read that book. Actually, I might have it over here. No, I read that book. It was a couple years ago. Actually, I used to have like a fear of flying. still kind of get uncomfortable every once in a while. But in psycho-cybernetics, it taught me that as long as your shoulders remain completely relaxed and your neck and that the rest of you tends to be relaxed. So whenever I was about to have a nervous breakdown on a plane, I would just relax everything in my shoulders and my neck, and I'd be good.
See, that's personal development at its finest, people.
Yeah, it helped me out. It helped me out. So, you know, now I'm flying all over the place. So,
right, just jumping out of planes.
Jumping out of planes
right.
now. You know what I'm saying? So,
no, yeah. That's what's up, man. That's what's up.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Right. Yo, so we got some questions prepared. We got some heavy stuff. Let's rock and let's see what the first one was. Let me pop back over here.
Let's do it.
Let's see what.
And I see lots of folks I'm on the live too. So, you know, Linda Hobson, hey, what's up? Evelyn Keller, Denise Mays. We've got some great people right now that are tuned in. Marion Rage, my girl. Portia Windley, hey, what's up?
Everybody say, hey, let us know where you're from too. You know, we like to connect with people all around the world. So let's see what the number one was. All right. So first question, when someone's generating a little more engagement with people on Facebook, especially when they're doing Facebook Lives and things like that, this person says, I need help figuring out how to convert them into customers or have them join our opportunity. How do you do that? So apparently this person's saying, hey, look, I'm out there doing the thing. I'm on video. We're getting engagement, but how do we convert these people?
Yeah. So, I mean, what I would say is just think of different ways to add consistent value. So, you know, think of two words, you know, in converting these people, so to speak, consistency and value. You know, so if you're consistently adding value to people, you know, that's if you're taking the route of attraction marketing. You know, if you're consistently adding value to these people, then they're going to see you as that authority, that leader they'd like to be a part of. You know, if they're not digesting your information, they're digesting someone's information. So, you know, if they're not getting it at home, you know, right there. So make sure that whenever they think of value, they think of you, consistency and value. Now, beyond that, it's the same process of just, you know, pique their interest and point them towards the information. So in relationship marketing, if that's the field that you're in, when you're watching this, we build, develop, and nurture relationships. So hopefully we can harvest those relationships in the form of a business partner. Right. So it's all the same process, but what I would do is I would do two things. One, I would add that consistent value and then give them a call to action. You know, give them a call to action. You know, hey, if you haven't, you know, whatever, just, you know, go to suchandsuch.com and subscribe for a free newsletter or whatever the case may be. So one thing that I did yesterday is on my Facebook fan page, I did a Facebook Live about the 3 fears that hold people back from living their dreams and how to overcome them. But I didn't have any sort of call to action because I ran in, did the live, and then ran out. So I wasn't even thinking.
Right. You just popped the video on.
Yeah. So I just threw the video up, did the thing, added great value. Lots of people said they got tons of value, and I didn't tell them what to do after that. So
sometimes, you know, if you're a guy like yourself and you're consistent, you know, sometimes when you don't add a call to action, and I'm not saying don't add a call to action, but I'm saying like sometimes when you over deliver and then you don't tell them to do something, they'll like seek you out more. Like I've seen that happen too. But I would also say to this person, like, you know, if you're getting engagement's a two-way street. You know, like if they're engaging with you, you got to make sure to engage with them. Correct. And lead to that cultivation of the relationship, and then you can get on the phone or, you know, get on a Zoom or even meet them with coffee with them, go play rock, paper, scissors, whatever it is. You know? And so I would challenge, you know, if you're getting engagement, engage back with people, like get them on the phone, connect with them. Because they want to. People, if they're engaging with you, they're kind of telling you like, hey, I want to, let's talk back to me, you know?
Yeah, man. And you know what's funny is I say that I didn't give them a call to action yesterday, but I signed up a rep today, Jasmine, that she, actually I gave her, I advised that she sign up with one of my leaders, but Jasmine came to me and she wanted to sign up today. So she's in the business, and it's just because of the Facebook Live I did yesterday without even a call to action. Right. Consistent value.
Boom.
I'm telling you.
Boom. That's it right there. So one, make sure you're consistent. Make sure you're always just providing value, over deliver, and just connect with the people that are connecting with you. So that's heavy. So can we see questions on here?
I can. I'm watching them. Yeah, there's not any questions so far. If you guys have any questions, though, make sure you drop them in the comments section. And if you're getting any value from this, drop a 1 in the comments section. If you're liking what you're seeing, and make sure to share with your people too.
So if you got value from that, make sure to press that share button. Let us know what emojis that you love. Austin Beard, he runs off emojis, so it's like putting gas in the tank. You can run off emojis. So, question number 2, and I feel like this is a big one too, because if I'm doing Facebook Lives, how do I make sure that I'm vulnerable but keep my posture at the same time?
Yeah, no, that's a good question too. So, okay, so I did a Facebook Live 2 days ago in my team group, and my team is always seeing me, being strong and postured and whatnot. And I asked them if they would ask themselves 2 questions. First of all, I said, I want you to finish this sentence. I'm not where I want to be at in business because. And then finish that sentence. And then the other thing that I said is, ask yourself, what are my limiting beliefs? And so someone asked in the live feed, well, what are your limiting beliefs? And so I was like, okay, I'll share with you. I don't have a problem with it. I'll share. And then I opened my book up that I had written down my limiting beliefs. And I started to get emotional. And I was like, So you know what? Matter of fact, we'll just go over this some other time.
That's funny.
And I made sure though that they saw that I was getting emotional about it. So you can still make yourself vulnerable and still keep that posture, because the posture is very strong. But they need to be able to connect with you emotionally and know that you're a human being and not just some rock star leader, machine, someone that they can relate to as well.
Yeah, that's heavy, man. That's heavy. Letting your, and the thing that I think sticks out most is like you share your vulnerability, but you also share the fact that you know where you're going. Yeah. So it's not like people are just seeing you in this vulnerable moment and then you're just stuck there. You know what I mean? It's like they see you in the vulnerable moment, but they also know that you're moving still, and that's I think that's one of the big things. People think that like if I get vulnerable, I'm gonna stop, or people get stuck and then they don't know how to get unstuck, right? So no, that's heavy, man. So what are your limiting beliefs?
Good question.
We'll save that for another. We'll save that.
No, it's so crazy because I was out there at an Eric Worre event, and he works a lot with Tony Robbins, and those were 2 questions that he asked us to think about on a lunch break. He said, take your lunch break, and normally I would encourage you to pair up with some people, but just be by yourself on this one.
Yeah.
Think, get deep. And if you notice, most of your limiting beliefs go back to a fear.
Okay.
And that fear goes back to your childhood. Mm-hmm. And if you think back to the very first time that you ever felt that fear, usually it's all the way back to your childhood, and you don't even realize that all of the beliefs that you have that are limiting yourself come from a fear that come from your childhood. And if you know that, you can consciously recognize it when you are feeling that, and you can make a decision to go down a different road and consciously do something about it. So it's just pretty neat how the mind works, and how if you're conscious of it, you can work past it.
Right. So would you say like the first step is like being aware of it and like starting to catch those things and like getting aware of like what your thought process is or what your thoughts are, and kind of like catching those thoughts and kind of slowing them down just a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. You do. Nice. So All right, so the next one on the docket for today was, since our main focus as marketers is to focus on others' pains and problems, how do we decipher um, how much you do for people and when it's too much? Being an empathetic person, I have a tendency to feel other people's pain and sometimes become an enabler. So I'm sure as a leader that leads like thousands of people, people are coming to you with their problems, you know, a lot. I'm sure that's happened over the years, you know, over a lot of time. How do you, I guess, stay that person that hears their problems but doesn't become the enabler but allows them to keep moving?
Yeah, sure. So, first of all, I want to point this out is in network marketing, a lot of times what we do is we expose a problem or some place in their life that's not fulfilled,
Right.
and we use our product or our opportunity to fill that void. And I think that's really more where you want to keep, if we're talking about this particular, listening to people's problems,
Right.
is cover their problem and use the
Right.
the opportunity or the product to fill that void.
Right.
But if you're a leader and you're having people coming to you, there's a reason for that. I was actually working with John C. Maxwell on some stuff a few months ago down in Atlanta. And he talked to me about this lady that people used to always come and just dump their problems on her. And she'd sit there and listen, and she'd take it, and she'd just, and she came to him and said, "Oh, there's so many people that, they keep on coming to me with all these issues and challenges, and I just want to be able to help them," and da-da-da-da. And he referred to her as the garbage dump, because people come to her to dump their garbage all the time. So, with people in my circle and my squad, my friends, my partners, if they have a legitimate, something that I can help them with, I'll listen and I'll see if I can assist them. I don't let people just gripe too awful much, because my mentor taught me to spend 5% of the time on the problem or the challenge, spend 95% of the time on the solution. So what you might do, one suggestion is, if people are taking you and dragging you down this road, then make sure that if it starts to become a little time consuming, tell them, "Hey, listen, I want to be here for you, but I feel like it's being counterproductive. Why don't we spend just the 5% of the time on the challenge?
Right.
Let's spend this other 95% of our time on the solution."
Yeah.
Okay. Because with every adversity, there's a seed of equal or greater benefit for those who have the right attitude. And I know you've got the right attitude, don't you?
Yes.
So,
and then that leads into like that whole thing about like altering how someone looks at themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're the person that like alters how they look at their problems, like imagine how that happens. If they're afraid of something, you say, "Yeah, I can see why you'd be afraid of that, but I didn't know that you didn't strike me as the kind of person that will let that fear take you over." And then they're like, "Oh shit, well, I don't strike myself as that person either."
Yeah. You definitely don't want to, give enough of your time or your money or yourself, especially emotionally, to where it's at a detriment to you.
Right.
So, if nothing else, hey, look, I got a call. I'll call you back.
Yeah.
If that's what you got to do, what I'm saying, but protect your mind at first. Cause there's this movie, What Dreams May Come, with Robin Williams. It's a great movie, man. This guy loses his wife because she commits suicide. He goes to heaven. She's in hell. He gives up heaven to be in hell with her. I think that's just so poetic and romantic. But he ends up losing his mind and ends up accepting hell as his reality because he spent too much time around it. And I think we can do that sometimes if we don't protect our mind enough. Get out of that situation. Don't let them drag you down. Be there for them, but just don't let them drag you down.
Right. That's heavy, man. That's heavy. So yeah, dude, that's a really good answer, man. I hope that you guys caught that. Because I think a lot of times we can easily get caught in like the surroundings, just boom, and then we're right back in it, especially if you aren't like building this armor up with your personal development. I mean, you could easily slip right back into that hole. So let's see here. Let's see. This is a good one. What are the best ways to track your business prospects?
You want to know how I track my business prospects?
Are you gonna pull out the laser? Just there you
Okay,
go.
this is how I track my business prospects. Okay, look, hold on. These are all of my prospects, people that I either have followed up with or need to follow up with. It's just, and that's also free leads. Why aren't you guys writing this down?
Right.
But yeah, so I mean,
can you go back?
That's how I track my prospects. Is I have a notepad on my phone. I don't need a CRM and a fancy, flange capacitator and all this stuff. I don't really use sales funnels either. I know how to use them. I design them. I don't really use them myself.
Right.
But I use a notepad on my phone for every time I follow up with somebody. They get a dot or something like that. If they sign up, they get a certain emoji. If I decide, and they don't get off that list unless they tell me, look, I absolutely do not want to work with you whatsoever, ever in life. So if they tell me that, then yeah, I'll put a little thing by their name or whatever. But if I decide that, like, I've got a few guys in there that I don't like their attitude, so I put a poop emoji by their name. That lets me know that they've got stinking thinking.
Oh my God, bro. Like, yo, I'm telling you guys.
Dead serious. If you've got a poop emoji by your name, you suck. Okay. So if you got a
if you saw your name, like if you saw your name through there and you're like, wait, was that yogurt or was that no, it was poop. You're out of here. You need to reevaluate your life.
Yeah, you need to do something.
All right. Let me see. Let's go through here. So obviously, if you guys have questions, pop your questions in the comment section. We're scrolling through some of these questions here. So let me. This is a cool one. How do you deal, or over the years? Let's see, from beginning to now, the evolution of how you've dealt with rejection. So have you always been a person that just dealt with rejection like a boss, like the dude with the beard? Because because I went back, I saw some pictures of you without a beard. Okay, so did post beard Austin handle rejection different than current beard Austin? Is that are you like your rejection protection?
Rejection protection. No. So I did. All right. So whenever I was 12, that's when I really started getting into stuff, you know what I'm saying? Doing stupid stuff. And it just got even more stupider all the way up until like age 19. And so, I was kind of hard headed. And then I did 7 years door to door, business to business sales. So from the time that I was like really growing up to the time that I began my professional life, I just, if you think for 1 second network marketing is hard, do a year in door-to-door business-to-business sales,
bro,
and take it really seriously, and you'll see that what we do is cake. So rejection to me, let me ask you a question. Have you ever prospected someone over Facebook and then they punched you in the nose?
Yo, please tell me that didn't happen to you doing B2B.
Okay. Have you ever done a Facebook Live and then the next thing you know, someone holds a .38 revolver to your face?
That happened with your B2B sales?
Dude, I pulled up at a trailer one time in the middle of Paintsville, Kentucky, and I was just asking for directions. And this guy had a rifle leaning against his trailer. It was him and 2 other guys. And he comes out and puts a rifle to my face. So if you guys think network marketing is rough, just do some door-to-door business-to-business sales. You'll be fine. Like they said on My Big Fat Greek Wedding, just put some Windex on it. You know what I'm saying? It's really no big deal, guys. It's only it's as hard as we make it.
Dude, you are spot on with that, man. Like we had a new client have their first session with us this morning, and I was telling her, I was like, yeah. She asked me kind of, well, how'd you guys get started and what's your story? And I was like, man, it's really funny. I had a business to business sales job too, and it sucked, man. Like it was sucked. But it was the best thing that ever happened to me. Like it was the best thing that ever happened to me. And it was this company, I don't know, it may be familiar with it. It's called Sidcore. And, you know, they do like, it's basically like network marketing, but like on the street. And, you know, because you can build a team and all that shit. But I'm telling you, man, go do a year of business to business sales. And I'm telling you, network marketing will be a freaking cakewalk.
Yeah.
Cakewalk. You'll hear no's and you'll be like, okay, awesome. So
no means next, you know, some will, some won't, so what. So if you ever seen the movie Man on Fire, and I know that I think in movies, so Man on Fire, he's training this little girl to be a swimmer, and every time, and she's gun shy. When the gun goes off, she freezes, right? She doesn't know what to do next. He trains her. As soon as she hears the gunshot, immediately she jumps in the water, right? I've trained my brain whenever I hear that they're not interested, immediately I'm thinking, who's the next person I'm going to talk to?
Right. And then, so what's the other person thinking? So like you've trained yourself there, but in the eyes of like what you've seen, most people are thinking, as soon as they hear no, they think what? Oh my God, something wrong with me?
Well, you know, here's the other thing too, is with me, you got to have that posture. It all goes back to that posture. So if they're saying no, realize it's not you. Don't take it personal.
Right.
You know, it could be any number of things. They're just having a bad day, whatever, or they're just not open to it right now. So no, in my eyes, means not right now. So if they're like, you know, hey, I looked at the information and it's just not for me, you know, I'm going to do two things. One, I'm going to think, who do I have in my network that might be good for this person to work with? And I'll refer them to a different company. You know, I mean, we're one big community, and I promise you, the more you help out the community, the more the community helps you out.
That's big right there, y'all.
That's one thing that I do. But the other thing is, I'm like, cool, man. I'll tell you what, if nothing else, me and you know, we'll still keep in contact and be friends and all that sort of thing. And, you know, just call me up, you know, after Mayweather beats Conor McGregor's tail and let me know, you know, let me know your thoughts. You're not going for McGregor, are you?
Dude, man, I don't know, man. I saw this video. Yo, bro, I saw this Beats video today, and I was like, man, I think I got McGregor on this one, but then I just don't see
If it was MMA, McGregor would smash him. You know what I'm saying? But it's not. He don't know how to box.
Yeah, I'm thinking. I mean, Floyd don't lose, man. He's like, you know, Floyd Mayweather. He's like Eric Rory in boxing, man.
Yeah. He's gonna strategically dismantle this guy.
Who y'all got? Let me see who y'all got. Let's see. Comment who y'all got. You got Mayweather.
Who you got? Mayweather or McGregor?
Mayweather or McGregor?
Drop him Mayweather. Drop him McGregor. Who you got?
Who y'all got? Let's see who you got. I see a McGregor on here.
Okay, so Julia Baxter asked a good question. She said, what do you think separates six figures and seven? Now, Julia, do you mean what separates like the six-figure earners from the seven-figure earners, or what separates the people that aren't doing well from the six and seven-figure earners? Which do you mean?
I was going to say 3 zeros and a comma is my answer.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, I'll answer the first one personally, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on it, Ryan, is what separates six-figure earners in network marketing from seven-figure earners is usually consistency and structure. Mm-hmm. So if you look at it, the tortoise and the hare is a perfect example. You can be a show horse, you know, a hare, somebody that can go out there and recruit their tail off. But if you're not consistent, then you have nothing. Right. And there's a lot of people that know how to launch a business, but then they never build the business. Okay, so if you have a structure, if you have you need a fast start training, okay, this guy signed up, this is the next thing that you do, certainly, because people run from the ambiguous. Right. You know, people will always gravitate towards certainty. You know, so as soon as someone signs up, you certainly do this next. So I would say the two things that really separate the six figures earners from the people that make $1 million a year or more in network marketing is consistency and structure. And also I'd say passion too, because, you know, to get to 7 figures a month, $83,000 a month, I'm 7 figures a year, $83,000 a month. I mean, you really have to be passionate about your people and your team, you know?
Yeah, it's nothing to do with your product or your service or your opportunity. Then it's like it's really. I hear all the time, because we're always trying to get around other 7-figure earners, and why? Because we want to be 7-figure earners. But at the same time, we hear people all the time. My business isn't shakes. My business isn't this. My business is my people.
Yeah.
Business is people. And I mean, from Danny Johnson to anybody that has just been a 7-figure or multiple 7-figure earner, their focus is on people. When someone asks, "Hey, what's your product?" Someone said, "Well, my product is, well, we have this shake, and it's the best patch. You can wear it on your face, and all of a sudden, like your face just turns into this awesomeness, and then you're gonna like be awesome, dude. You're gonna have this glowing stuff all around you, bro. We're the fastest network marketing company that's growing, and it's like." What are you focused on? Are you focused on the product, or are you focused on people? And for us, dude, that's been one of the biggest reasons that it's going to separate us from sitting around in 6 figures to getting to that 7-figure point is learning and mastering people. Because if you don't grow your people, your business doesn't grow, period. That's right.
That's right. It's all about leadership development. And one of my favorite features of any comp plan is the check match. In a check match type of situation, it really pays to develop your leaders.
Hell yeah, for sure. And then you hit the head right. You hit the nail right on the head, man. At the end of the day, if you guys haven't read Cash Flow Quadrant and you're not getting into, and you're in a place where you're not thinking about systems, like 7-figure earners are system driven. You know what I mean? Austin has the flu and loses his beard like Samson one day, dude, you're still going to make a ton of money. You know what I mean? It's like your point, the point that I'm trying to make here is like you could work yourself out of existence in a sense. You know what I mean? You're not the person-centric team anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. Can I share screen?
I think so. Yeah.
Can you see my screen?
Yes. Is that your fish tank?
Yeah. Well, that's not a fish tank. That's just my screen. So, I've got to move this. So yeah, that's the reason why a lot of my trainings are literally written out exactly the way that I, let's pick one here. Exactly the way that I speak. So let's go this training on posture. I do all this and I do it the way that I speak. That way, if I'm ever, like unable to do one of these trainings, if you read this is how I talk. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, all my trainings are written out exactly how I speak, right, and you can just read them.
I close one of my biggest prospects by telling them, not telling them, telling them, right up. Telling them.
I'm telling you that, hey, and that's duplicatable, because if Ryan, if I want you to train on posture or whatever the case may be for, this training session on Thursday or whatever, all I got to do is email that to you and you got a rock solid training. You can literally just read.
That's now if you did not share this, actually, you know what? Don't share that. That's too valuable to share for like the public. Don't press the share button. That's reverse psychology. But that's heavy stuff, man. So it reminds me actually, and I don't know why that reminds me of this, but it reminds me of the McDonald's system. Because you could be not to sound weird, and I don't know how this is going to sound, but you're replaceable.
Yeah.
Like that, and some of you guys are going to get that, like how valuable it is to be replaceable in a 7-figure network marketing business.
Yeah.
Like that's pretty intense. And too, I think that also it stems up, a lot of us in network marketing, once we start to get the ball rolling, we like that spotlight, we like the accolades, we like the spotlight, but we're working it. You start in the back of the room, work your way to the front room so you can get back to the back of the room, right?
Yeah.
It's heavy.
Well, Ryan, Angela Stafford, she said some really good stuff. She said focusing on the thing, the drill, instead of that, talk about the hole. What she means is no one's ever bought a drill because they wanted a drill. They bought a drill because they wanted a hole. Exactly. So what we do in network marketing is we sell the sizzle, not the steak. You ever been to like a steakhouse where they walk by with that sizzling steak and everyone's like, what the hell is that? I want what he's having.
Right.
It doesn't matter. It could have been a sizzling, thing of shoestrings and maggots. It doesn't matter. People are going to look at it and they're going to want it. We sell the sizzle, not the steak. The dream of what the product, if I were selling weight loss pills or whatever, it'd be, how good you're going to look on the beach, after you drop 6 dress sizes or whatever. She also asked, what are your thoughts about the differences and importances of both company events and generic networking events? And I think that's great to talk about too, is because you got to go to your company events because you got to stay plugged in. People have to see, the more that they see you at the company events, the more they're going to support you, the more you're a part of their culture. But remember that network marketing is more than a profession, it's a community. Mm-hmm. And so, it's a situation where you go to these generic events and you network. And I was just talking about this to someone yesterday, in fact, is they asked me, how do you recruit A players? How do you recruit? I've got 2 people in my organization, or maybe 3, that earn over $300,000 a month in another company, but they're part of our squad. And the reason why is because I went to a generic networking event and I shook hands, I hugged people, I formed relationships. And over the course of time, these people have seen value in what I'm doing and we've become really good friends. I don't even know what company, some of these guys are in, but I mean, they're my friends now and we provide value to one another. So I think that if you ever want to recruit A players, you better start becoming a part of that community.
Whew, that's heavy. That's heavy, man. So what do you say to, and I see David just asked a pretty good question here too. But what do you say to the person that maybe, their uplines may be discouraging them from going to like community type company or community events like generic network marketing events?
Well, I think that's more of a situation where the upline might be afraid that they're not providing enough value. They're letting their foot off the gas, you know what I'm saying? That sort of thing. And they're afraid that their downline or their partners are going to go seek that elsewhere. But I think you really have to just make your, they say the grass is always greener. I think you need to make your grass so beautiful that they would just not want to ever leave.
Right.
So I encourage my people, go to every generic networking event that you can go. Go to the Association of Network Marketing Professionals. Go to Eric Worre events. Go to Ray Higdon events. If Todd Falcone is throwing an event in Thailand, damn it, get you a flight from Utah to Thailand. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, go to all those and meet everybody you can and make friends.
Right. No, that's heavy. That's very, very powerful, especially the part about make your grass so green that no one wants us to leave. Man, I mean, talk about building a culture like Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. Like people are beating down the door, to get that golden ticket and they never want to leave, and you've got to, it's up to you and your team to build that community. Let's see here. So David asked about starting conversations with people, cold market people on Facebook. What do you got to say about that?
Yeah, so I love those MLM spam groups, and the reason why is not so I can post in there, but I know if people are posting in there, they don't know what they're doing. Right. So I'll go in there and I'll like and comment on their stuff and be like, oh man, that sounds interesting. Oh man, that's pretty cool. Oh man, you look like you know what you're doing. And then you do that enough in enough groups. And I mean, this is just when I was bored. I haven't done it in forever, but I would have people coming to me all the time. And then I know they're looking for answers. I know I've got answers. So, I would just pour value into them. I wouldn't shoot down what they're doing or badmouth their company. I'd be like, oh man, that's an awesome company. You're just a rock star. What are you struggling with over there? Or what are your challenges? What's the biggest challenge? Whatever. And then pour value into that person.
Right.
So, I mean, that's one way to start a conversation. But a lot of my conversations, man, if it's the first conversation we're having, like if someone friend requested me, you know, I'll usually send them a message that says, hey, and then I'll send them a voice message. Hey, what's up, man? Great to connect. I certainly appreciate you reaching out. Hey, listen, I'm checking out your timeline right now, but if you would, just tell me a little about yourself. I love to actually know the folks that I'm connecting with. I appreciate you. And then I'll go like a few things on their timeline. You know,
that's what's up. You really recognize, like, people, like, this is not like crazy complicated stuff. This is not like wizardry ninja stuff. Like, he's just being a better human than other humans are, typically. Like, that's the name of the game. And the funny thing, I know I see Junie asked a question, what's your tips on retention? And honestly, dude, I think you answered that with the grass is greener thing. You know, if you create a culture that no one wants to leave, there's your retention tip right there.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, my goal is to be the best upline in the profession, to where that, you know, they just wouldn't ever want to not be around me and the team. And if you look at Mike Dillard's magnetic sponsoring, he talks about the difference between alpha, pre-alpha, and beta personalities. Alpha personalities, they, you know, if someone is not, you know, a part of the tribe, if they're doing things to hurt the family and all that sort of thing, you know, they'll punish that person by just not paying attention to them anymore. You know what I'm saying? You got to get to the point where it's actually punishment if you're not paying attention to somebody. I mean, people love, you got to make them feel special, you know, like Ryan said, for sure. And Cindy asked, how do you inspire people to join you at events? How do you plant the seed that they're, you know, supposed to be there and invest in themselves and their business? And I'll say, by example, you got to be there yourself. And whenever you're there, you know, yourself, and they see you, a lot of times they'll do what you do. And, you know, you just got to stress with you know, if you got an event coming up in 90 days and you know this in advance, start talking to them right now. Say, oh my God, you have no idea the value, the this, the that, the other, you know, so-and-so is going to be there. Share stories is another one. Share a story from a previous event. You know, oh man, this person, they weren't really doing much. They came to this event and they just been on fire ever since. So I would say by example and share testimonials. Ryan, what do you think?
Those stories, man, stories is it. One, you definitely got to be there. One thing I would add is when you're bringing new people on, immediately set the expectation that, hey, here's the event. Get them the dates like now. You know what I mean? A lot of us, just me personally, from experience, I used to have a fear. You know, they came on and I'd be like, oh, well, you know, they just spent $100 or they just spent $500 on the backflip double enrollment with cherries on top somersault pack. And how are they going to get to this event? And I'm sitting there like, wait a minute, I'm going to the event. I bought the double somersault value pack with cherries on top and ice cream in the middle.
Right.
They can go too. Right. So a lot of times, like, just tell them, hey, look, this is what the deal is. We're going to the event. If you want to hit backflip commander diamond, that's the way you do it.
Right.
Right.
Backflip commander diamond. That's right.
Now you can be a commander all you want, but if you want to hit double backflip commander diamond, you got to get to the event. Right. Yeah. Then story. Right. So I think, you know, a lot of people, I feel as if they hear the stories, but they're not putting the stories in the front pocket. You know what I'm saying? Or Eric Worre style with the coat pocket, right. The pocket square. Like, which story do you keep right here? Which story do you keep maybe in the inside pocket or your back pocket or your front pocket or some of y'all that hang out in Orlando? Which story you keep in your fanny pack? So, you know, you got these stories.
Right. Hey, Denise asked a really good question too. Denise May, she said, if you're brand new to network marketing, what would you suggest is the fastest way to build your network? I've got some thoughts on that. What would you like to contribute on that?
Yo, actually, dude, I wanted to hear yours first because I saw that one.
Yeah, sure. So that's a great question. So first of all, this is a statistic. The average person on Facebook has over 200 friends on Facebook. If you can't find a few people to join your business out of 200, then just hang it up. You know, first of all, you know, talk to people one-on-one. I'm going to assume that most people probably have at least 20 connects on their phone. They have 20 numbers on their phone. And another thing is whenever you're out and about, I've got an offline prospecting script that I teach, and it's very simple. And people can use any variation of an offline prospecting script and go out there. Matter of fact, if you Google how to prospect offline, out of like 1.3 million search results, you'll see mine first, my video. It doesn't give you the script, but thank you. I appreciate that. You know what's funny about that, Ryan, is I'm teaching them how to do something offline, online.
It's so ironic, right?
But, you know, it's a situation where you just talk to folks and, you know, if you're at Starbucks, you know, you can say, you know, oh, hey, man, you know, made the shit out of that coffee or whatever it is, you know. Hey, so do you plan on retiring from Starbucks? You know, how do you like it, first of all? Okay, let me back up, Ryan. I might start off by saying, you know, hey, let me ask you, you know, how do you like working here at Starbucks? I mean, you seem like you really, really enjoy it. Do you like it as much as it seems?
Hell no, man. My boss just kicked me in the shin.
You're like, yeah, no, I really do like it here. Most people do say they like their job because their boss is watching.
I love it here.
And say, well, let me ask you, do you plan on retiring from Starbucks? No, not really. Okay, cool. Well, if you found something that didn't take you away from Starbucks, but you really enjoyed it and it could generate a whole other income that can meet or even exceed your current income, I mean, would that even be interesting to you?
Right.
They always say yes. I've had doctors, of course. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
And then you just use the takeaway. You know, I can't really promise you anything, but the company I work with is expanding in the area, and we're looking for 1 or 2 sharp people that we can invest in. If I were to text you some information, would I send it to a 270 or an 859 number and look down at your phone? Because that would be the area codes from around here.
Yeah, don't use this if you're not from Kentucky, please. Hey, Austin, these scripts didn't work, man. The people freaking out. They don't know what.
Right, yeah. But, you know, so, yeah. I think we've addressed all the
yeah, man.
All the questions. But another thing is go to your current Facebook friends and say, you know, hey, Steve, look, I'm looking to expand my network, and I'd really like for you to friend suggest the top 3 sharpest people that you know on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? So like the top 3, and then inbox, create a little group and just introduce me. Introduce me to the top 3 sharpest people that you know.
Yeah. That's huge. That's huge.
And here's I want to leave you with 2 things because I know we're coming up on the end. 1, and if you're writing things down, write this down. Marketing is just another name for being creative. Because it really is. You just got to find creative ways to expand your network. It's your business. It's not, you know, Organo Gold or Mary Kay or Avon. It's you incorporated.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's your business. You are a business owner now. You find creative ways to expand your business. And the other thing is we don't recruit people to work for us. We sponsor people so we can work for them.
Yes. Oh, my goodness. Man. Repeat that. That last one, just repeat that because somebody probably had a kid in their ear.
Yeah. And this is write this down on the back of your eyelids, okay, is we don't recruit people to work for us. We sponsor people so we can work for them.
Man. Waited till the end to drop that. My man. Just take that mic right there and throw it against the wall.
I can't do that.
No. Hey, my friend, love hanging out with you, brother. Man, it's always a pleasure, man. Always just over delivering. And guys, if you have not reached out to Austin, one of the most down-to-earth dudes, amazing friend, amazing father, trainer, speaker, just all around amazing guy. Reach out to Austin, say thank you personally, just tag him with something, send him gift cards. I know he likes what kind of fruit you like, what kind of fruit baskets you like. You like edible arrangements? I
like anything chocolate, man. I've got a good friend of mine, Jordan Adler. I don't know if you guys know Jordan, but Jordan sent me some brownies not long ago, and I inboxed him on Facebook and I said, Jordan, if you ever send me some brownies like that again in my life, sir, we're going to have issues because now I'm addicted.
Yo, you just.
Yeah, waking up at 4 in the morning. Yeah. And if you know me, I don't wake up at 4 in the morning, so that is early. We'll say 2 in the morning. Waking up at 2 in the morning. I need some brownies, Jordan.
Yeah,
I need some of them brownies, man. What's it going to take? Yeah.
That's what's up, man.
Hey.
Yo, man. I know you got plans. We got to rock too, man. So thank you for being another guest on Seven Figure Friday, guys. Every Friday, we'll come to you with a different seven-figure earner. We'll bring some value to you, ask your questions, and we'll bring you the answers so you can take some action and start building your business to seven figures too. So, my man, we'll catch you on the flip side, my brother. I'll see you September, right?
I'll see you soon, brother. Appreciate you. Thanks for all that you do in the profession. And I've got some of my people on here as well. So, guys, if you haven't already done so, follow Ryan. He's an absolute rock star. Love him to death.
Appreciate it, play. Appreciate it, man. A gentleman and a saint, as always, man. And enjoy your weekend, my brother. We'll talk soon, all right, baby?
All right, man. Thanks.